What up, Kings? Hope you're well. In this video, I want to talk about the downsides of copying strategy from your competitors when you're activating programmatic campaigns. First, let me explain to you what most people that activate programmatic campaigns tend to do. This is whether it's a brand that has a programmatic activation team in-house or an agency that has several accounts. Most agencies operate in a similar way. And what I've noticed is there's a lot of copying going on. Some copying might work, but for the most part, when you copy a strategy from a competitor, it doesn't really work out well in the long term. And here's why. You don't know why they came up with that strategy. What went into the whole process of coming up with the creative that is currently running, or even the audiences that they're selecting to run. You don't know any of that because you're not on the other side, especially if you're a brand. You're not on the other side. You've probably never worked for an agency before, so you have no clue. I'm gonna give you some game right now. What most agencies do. They have different teams. They'll have their planning and strategy team, and then they'll have the other team that activates campaigns in the DSPs or in Meta, or even, let's say, Google search, if you're running search campaigns as well, YouTube ads. Each one of those fields requires a certain level of specialty. You have to be specialized. What you'll tend to find is that the guy who's running search campaigns, he's not really good at programmatic, or the person that's activating Facebook and Instagram ads through Meta is not really an expert in programmatic. However, during the planning process, these different teams all collaborate. They all chip in. They're given a brief from the client and a budget. And the client says, hey, this is my budget. My budget is 100K. These are the goals that I want to reach. It could be I want more foot traffic to my store, or I want more sales to my website. Whatever the goal of the campaign is, it'll be spelled out on that brief. And then there will be a director, the director that directs these different teams. Not all of them are good. It's the minority of these directors that are really good. Most of them become complacent, especially if you've been working in an agency environment for a long time. You become complacent. You're so used to the job and you're so used to the routine that it becomes automatic to you. Especially when you're making the big bucks, especially when you're making over 150K. But it's a trap. Let me tell you why this is a trap. I was watching some commercials that were targeted to me by a website called SimilarWeb. And SimilarWeb, if you guys are not familiar, it's a website where you can spy on your competitors' tactics. And most people that run online campaigns, they will go to a place like SimilarWeb, look up what their competitors are doing, what kind of keyword phrases their competitors are running, sometimes even what kind of strategies the competitors are running. And then they will use that data, that information, to come up with a strategy that is similar to that. It might not be exactly like the competitor, but it's very similar. And then they will get their different teams to collaborate, let's say on a deck. And they all come together. It's a bunch of meetings. There's so many meetings. That's the thing about corporate America. That's so frustrating sometimes. There's too many meetings. I just wish there'll be fewer meetings sometimes. Some of the meetings are completely unnecessary. I'll be honest with you. There's so many things that could be done just through emails or just like a project management tool. But people like to do meetings. I guess it's because people are lonely. I don't know what it is. Especially when you work from home. You don't get to interact with people like that. And especially if you're not married or you're single, all you got is that job. You're stuck on the computer all day long. Of course you want to connect with other people. It's normal. It's human nature. We all want to connect. But with some of us, we got life outside of work. We don't want to be doing meetings all the time. Because half the time, we don't like half the people we work with. To keep it real with you, you're not going to like everybody you work with. But you got to tolerate these different characters. So you have all these meetings, you're collaborating, and then each team presents their best strategy. Here's where things go south. The final strategy that comes out of all these contributions from different experts is going to be very different from what's been provided by the experts. And the one that determines which final strategy is a go is going to be the most popular person in that whole team. And it's not the most competent person. It's the most popular person. Always. And the competent people now are in the minority. So it doesn't matter, let's say if I'm in the programmatic side and I give the best strategy that is on point, because I'm the expert, because I'm the best. It doesn't matter what I give. That thing's gonna get watered down by the time it gets to the client. Guarantee it. And it's gonna be probably 50% of what I provided as the expert. All because the most popular person, not the most competent, the most popular person is the one that said, this is what I want. Now you could argue who the most popular person is. It could be the group director, media director, it doesn't matter. It could even be like a guy like me who's the most popular person, but oftentimes the experts are not the most popular people because the experts give too much truth and reality that a lot of people are not willing to swallow. You understand? People get triggered by the truth. This is how people get jammed up. When you see everything that turns woke turns to shit, this is how it turns to shit. There's too much copy, and I'm like, yo, just stay in your lane. One of my haters once told me years ago, because at the time I was trying to present a cool idea for a campaign. And the guy, he was more popular than I was, but he was less competent than I was. And he's like, stay in your lane. So that's exactly what I did. I shut up and stayed in my lane. And that's what I've been doing for years. I've been sticking in my lane for so many years. I understand the politics in the game. It's all politics at the end of the day. If you don't like it, then too bad for you. Sucks for you. You got two choices. You either play along to get along, or you do your own thing. Go your own way and do your own thing. Those are the only two choices you have as an expert. You will start to see too many strategies that are not to your standards, and that will frustrate you. Especially when you're dealing with so much money with these big budgets. Like if your client is giving me like $1 million budget, I better wow them. That thing has got to be so amazing to the point where they can't get that strategy from anywhere else. It's got to be so next level and so unique. You got to be different. You got to be unique. Don't be copying. We saw this with Bud Light, Harley Davidson, copying all this woke garbage. Bud Light has already turned to shit. They're losing money like crazy because they decided to copy what everybody was doing, the woke thing. And it didn't work out. Imagine if Bud Light had decided to stay in their lane and focus on their core audience, which was the frat boys. Those guys that love to drink, they got a lot of disposable income now because they're not spending money on girls. And now they're investing all their money into crypto. So they got more money now. And they're all flying out to Thailand. I see it on Instagram. This is a whole group of people that Bud Light completely dissed. And it's hard to get those people back around because these people are sensitive and emotional. Men are very emotional, by the way, and very sensitive. We just don't show it. We're not good at showing it. That's what's happening. Focus on what your core audience has always wanted. What's always worked for decades. Stick to that. This reminds me, there's a new brand that I'm noticing right now. It's a luggage brand. And I gotta mention this brand. It's called Tote and Carry. Tote and Carry. I've been noticing this brand lately because I travel a lot, right? So I'm considered in market for luggage. So when I'm looking for travel luggage, I'm looking for all the old school brands like Tumi, for example. Tumi has a lot of retail stores in malls. So most of the malls in Atlanta that I go to, they will have a Tumi store. And I pass that store all the time. But I'm not excited to go into Tumi. I'm not excited to get a Tumi bag. I mean, no disrespect to Tumi. They're not doing things that excite me like Tote and Carry. You understand what I'm trying to say? I'm watching this brand Tote and Carry, and the commercials are super unique because they appeal to a specific demographic that has been ignored a lot. The thing about Tote and Carry is that they could have chosen to copy what Tumi is doing, but they chose to stay in their own lane, to say, this is what we're gonna do, this is what's unique to us, this is what makes us stand out, and they're standing out and shining right now. Recently, I saw something on their LinkedIn, and they're about to do something exciting. I don't know what they're about to do, but I know they're about to bring it. They're about to deliver, and I'm sold. I saw a commercial with the owner. Owner's called Tony. He shot his own commercials. The commercial looks like an old school movie trailer from back in the early 2000s, the 90s. I'll probably link the video somewhere in the description here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But it appeals to somebody like me. I can relate to that. Does Tumi understand me? I don't think so. No disrespect to them. Maybe they're going for billionaires, which I'm not yet. Yeah, maybe I'm a dusty, I don't know. But I'm just saying though, it's more exciting for me to purchase Tote and Carry over Tumi because the way they've done their messaging is so unique and it's hard to replicate it. And it makes them stand out so much. I'm encouraging you guys who are running campaigns, find a unique angle. If you're a media director, if you're the decision maker, you're the CMO, yeah, the economy sucks, but I promise you, there's a specific group of people that is making the money right now, and we need to pay attention to that group. I hope you got some value from this video. If you're interested in working with the best and getting the best campaign strategy for you guys, then we need to talk immediately. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Let's talk about it. We're gonna come up with the best strategy for you guys that fits your brand, that is unique to you. No copy. It's gonna be fresh. It's gonna connect with everybody. Everybody that has money that you need. If you're looking to increase those sales, we need to talk right away. Schedule time. We'll do things like display ads with AI. It's so amazing what we can do right now. I can literally create a display ad, or a video ad for that matter, to match whatever audience segment that I want. I can enter in a prompt into an AI tool to create creative specifically targeting people that are in market for new luggage. That's gonna match that audience that I'm purchasing. And if I'm running audience segments on retargeting, I'm gonna tell AI, create a retargeting ad targeting to my remarketing audiences for this brand. Schedule time. Let's talk about it. Talk to you soon.